Thank you for joining this episode of My Around the Nights. As we tackle on Tokyo Revengers today, please go ahead and subscribe and click on the notification bell so you can catch up on more reviews on new anime coming up. As we have done in the past, I will review new and ongoing shows at the time this episode is uploaded in intervals of 6 episodes. And this will go on until the show is completed. What this will do is allow first impressions to be given. Through this experience, I have found the first episode, sometimes the first 6, would determine my inference as to how future episodes will show. Whether they're good or bad is what these episodes will entail. Tokyo Revengers is a new action drama based on the manga series of the same name. The animation work is done by Lydian Films, who are known for the animation of the 2006 version of Berserk. I never would have guessed as the art styles are very different. The show starts off with the protagonist, Takemichi Hanagaki, an average young adult in Tokyo working on a low-paying job in a lower-end apartment. These definitely have a lot of implications of a pigsty lifestyle. The apartment is a mess and has put himself down as a person. During the day, he found out on the news his ex-girlfriend Hinata Tachibana from middle school passed away from an incident involving a gang. Hanagaki has then get pushed down to the subway tracks where it appears he is about to die. His eyes flash before him, then realize he is reliving his middle school life, but in the same conscience of his present self. In the beginning, it's questionable how this came about, but later on, it was then said in the pilot episode that he time traveled. The time traveling is shown to be triggered through a hand grab or handshake with Hinata's brother, Naoto. In the original timeline, just like Hinata, Naoto passes away a year before. Hanagaki woke back up in the present to realize that Naoto was alive and well as a police officer. Then they worked together to get back to the past to fix the fate of Hinata. So this was the first episode, and it really did set the foundation of the story well. Most mainstream anime does that, so it should be a given. However, both characters have only theorized about the handshake being the deal behind the same traveling from the point. And the next episode do go more in depth on the Avengers in the past plus the present. Another thing that I do notice is somewhat common style of time travel paradox that is even shown on the first episode. While the present day still goes through, the changes are noticeable, especially with Naoto showing up out of the blue. But even with the changes, the main protagonist does not change, except for the future character development that you will absolutely see in the future.
もしこれが現実なら、俺は未来を変えたい。
Naoto, as a cop, has worked for a few days in the timeline to investigate a group called the Tokyo Manji Gang. It's still odd for the Tokyo Manji group so far as they show to be perpetrators of Hinata's murder, but we have not gone that far in the anime just yet. Within this investigation, Hanagaki goes back to the past to make changes. Whether they go from changing the interactions of the other gangs and the character development of Hanagaki himself from a wimpy type to the wholesome middle schooler, while the protagonist's conscience of the present day is still how his time travel is being done. This carries over to both timelines, and you will see the development done with the proper pacing. The more his travel back and forth, the more change is done. With even some fundamental changes that haven't involved Hinata herself, it's still a very odd motion on how the present still shows her to be deceased. Many time changing paradoxes on the other shows explain the smallest changes give the biggest impact. A simple change like having Hanagaki tell Naoto to promise protection of Hinata causing him to stay alive the whole time. However, the closer Hinata and Hanagaki come together with the same motivation, she still ends up being passed away. Of course, these questions are there because we are in the middle of the season, however long it is supposed to last. It is definitely natural to build up the show to the right time of explanation. So far, I'm glad that the pacing is going that route and not being rushed, but I'm very eager on how this will go on. We still do not have a logical explanation showing why 12 years on the same day, a weird number for time travel, is the biggest cap, nor how time traveling through the handshake is explained. I do have my theories on the matter, but I'll comment down below if you guys are wanting to know and are curious. I honestly do believe that Tokyo Revengers do have a lot going on for them, and I definitely hope that with more being told in the future, so long as the pacing is not too slow and not rushed, the story's conclusion is done in a manner that does not leave so many open-ended questions. I understand the manga, which I have not read, is still ongoing, so I believe there will be more to it, but I do not want to see a big drag, hopefully. I will keep an open mind, and I'm sure watching the first 6 episodes, there will be a lot of optimism. Thank you for once again joining with this briefing My Around the Nights. There will definitely be more after this, and I'm looking to hear your thoughts and theories as well as your requests on other shows to tackle on. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more future videos and click the notification bell to be caught up. I also do tackle on other topics as well, such as gaming, and we have reviews for those as well. Until our next Around the Nights briefing, keep yourself prepared for the future.